Do you ever wake up feeling like you're already behind? Like the day hasn't even started, but you're already tired, already overwhelmed? It's as if life has become an endless loop of routines. Waking up, rushing through the day, collapsing into bed, only to do it all over again tomorrow. You might be asking yourself, why does it feel like I'm just getting by? No matter how much you try to catch up, something always pulls you back into that cycle. That state where you're surviving, not really living. And deep down, there's this nagging question. Is this what life is supposed to feel like? It's like every day, you're waiting for a break that never comes, feeling like you're one step behind everyone else, like life is happening to you instead of with you. But why does it feel like that? Why does it seem like no matter how hard you push, you're stuck in this constant state of survival? The roots of survival mode. Here's something most people don't realize. Survival mode isn't just something we slip into during major life crises. It's not only for the overwhelming moments when everything goes wrong. Survival mode can actually become your default state, creeping into your everyday life without you even noticing. It starts small. Maybe it's an overloaded schedule, juggling too many responsibilities, or trying to meet everyone's expectations. At first, you tell yourself it's just temporary. But before you know it, your brain shifts into constant overdrive, always on alert, scanning for the next problem, the next task, the next thing that needs to get done. It feels like you're in a never-ending race, but here's the truth. Your brain can't tell the difference between real, immediate danger and the everyday pressures of life. It reacts the same way, by kicking into fight or flight mode. And once that switch is flipped, it's hard to turn it off. Suddenly, even the smallest things can feel overwhelming. You're not resting. You're not recharging. You're just bracing yourself, always waiting for the next wave to hit. It's exhausting, isn't it? This constant state of hyper-awareness, of feeling like everything is urgent, keeps you stuck in survival mode. And the longer you stay there, the harder it becomes to find your way out. A hidden impact on your mind and body. When you're stuck in survival mode, it doesn't just live in your mind, it starts to take over your entire body. You might think it's just stress or exhaustion, but the truth is, your body is carrying the weight of all that tension every single day. Have you noticed how your shoulders always feel tight? Or how you struggle to get a full night's sleep, waking up in the middle of the night with your mind racing? That's not just coincidence. That's your body reacting to the constant state of survival. It's like your nervous system never gets the chance to relax. You're always on edge, always bracing for something to go wrong. And then there's the emotional impact. Ever feel like you're snapping at people you love for no reason? Like your patience is paper thin? That's not who you are. It's survival mode, making everything feel like a threat, even when it's not. It clouds your mind, makes it hard to focus, hard to connect. You can't be present, not fully, because part of you is always scanning for the next thing that's going to go wrong. The more time you spend in this state, the more it chips away at you, at your energy, at your relationships, at your peace. It's draining, isn't it? And yet, it feels like there's no escape. But what if I told you, this isn't how you have to live? What if there's a way to break free from this constant cycle? The prison of overwhelm. Here's the trap of survival mode. It convinces you that if you just push a little harder, if you just get through today, then maybe tomorrow things will finally ease up. You tell yourself it's only temporary, that you can make it work if you just keep going. But here's the harsh reality. That tomorrow you're waiting for, it never really comes. The stress piles up day after day, and suddenly you're buried. What started as a few busy days turns into weeks, months, or even years of feeling overwhelmed. And in survival mode, everything feels urgent. Everything feels like it must be done right now. There's no space to pause, no time to breathe. It's like you're carrying a weight you didn't even realize you picked up, and now you don't know how to put it down. You might feel like if you slow down, everything will fall apart. So you keep pushing, keep going, thinking that somehow you'll catch up. But what you're really doing is feeding the cycle, because the more you try to outrun the overwhelm, the deeper you sink into it. It's a prison, one that's built from expectations, your own and everyone else's. And the worst part, it makes you believe this is just how life is. That feeling overwhelmed, stressed, and constantly on edge is normal. But it's not. It never was. You don't have to live like this, and deep down, you know it. You're not meant to just survive. But breaking free starts with realizing you're trapped. The emotional toll, being stuck in survival mode, doesn't just drain your energy, it slowly drains your spirit. Over time, it starts to take a serious emotional toll. You might not even notice it at first. Maybe you just feel a little more tired, a little more irritable. But then one day, you realize something deeper has shifted. You don't feel connected to the things that used to light you up. Your passions, your joy, the things that made you feel alive, they all seem distant, like they're out of reach. You find yourself snapping at people you love for no reason, or worse, feeling numb when you should care. And that's what survival mode does. It numbs you. It makes you feel like you're just going through the motions, like you're living on autopilot. You can be surrounded by people, but still feel completely alone. The people you care about, the ones who love you, they start to feel like just another responsibility, another thing you have to manage. And it's not because you don't care. It's because you're emotionally exhausted. You've been in fight or flight mode for so long, you don't have anything left to give. You feel disconnected, not only from others, but from yourself. That part of you that's capable of feeling joy, excitement, peace, it's buried beneath layers of stress and survival. It's like you've forgotten how to truly live, and that realization can be heartbreaking. But here's the thing, it doesn't have to stay this way. You don't have to keep living in survival mode, disconnected from the world and from yourself. There's a way out, a way to reconnect with the person you used to be, the person who felt alive, hopeful, and fully present. And it starts by acknowledging the toll survival mode has taken on you, emotionally and mentally. That's the first step toward healing. Is this really living? It's time to ask yourself a hard question. Is this what life is supposed to feel like? Is this constant state of overwhelm, exhaustion, and emotional numbness what it means to truly live? Deep down, you already know the answer. No, this isn't living, it's just surviving. But we've been taught to accept it, to believe that this is just part of being an adult, part of dealing with responsibilities. We tell ourselves that if we can just make it through this week or this month, maybe then things will slow down. But it never does it? Life keeps demanding more, and survival mode becomes a permanent state of being. But here's the truth. You weren't meant to live like this. You weren't meant to feel like life is something you have to endure. Living is supposed to be more than just crossing off tasks on your to-do list or holding your breath, waiting for a break that never comes. You're meant to feel joy. You're meant to experience peace, to wake up and feel like you're in control of your life, not the other way around. So why does it feel like we've settled for just surviving? Maybe it's because we've been told that this is just how things are. Work hard, hustle, keep pushing. Or maybe we've convinced ourselves that if we stop, if we slow down, everything will fall apart. But what if it doesn't? What if slowing down is the key to actually living? What if the life you're yearning for is waiting for you on the other side of this survival mode? You don't have to keep pushing and struggling. You deserve more than just getting by. You deserve to wake up with a sense of peace, to have the energy and the time to be present in your own life. But it starts by recognizing that surviving isn't enough. It's time to reclaim what it means to live. The psychology behind survival mode. To break free from survival mode, it's crucial to understand what keeps you trapped there in the first place. Survival mode often stems from deep-seated fears and the need for self-protection. Sometimes it's a response to past trauma, experiences that made you feel powerless or out of control. Other times it's the pressure to meet societal expectations, whether it's at work, in relationships, or even within yourself. You might find yourself constantly trying to prove your worth, striving to be the perfect partner or parent, all while feeling like you're never quite enough. And let's not forget about perfectionism. This relentless pursuit of an unattainable ideal can push you deeper into survival mode. You tell yourself that if you can just get everything right, then you'll feel safe, happy, and fulfilled. But the truth is, this need for perfection is a double-edged sword. It keeps you on high alert, always worrying about what you might mess up next. it creates an endless cycle of pressure, leading to stress and overwhelm. But here's the good news. The more you understand the roots of your survival mode, the more power you have to reclaim your life. It's about recognizing those triggers and realizing that they don't define you. You are not just a collection of your fears or the expectations placed upon you. You are a whole person, capable of feeling joy, connection, and peace. By acknowledging the psychological factors at play, you can begin to untangle yourself from the chains of survival mode, slowly building a path toward freedom and fulfillment. So take a moment to reflect. What fears are keeping you stuck? What beliefs about yourself and your worth are fueling this cycle? Understanding these questions is the first step toward breaking free from survival mode and rediscovering the vibrant life you deserve. How to break the cycle. So how do you escape this relentless cycle of survival mode? The first step is awareness. You need to slow down enough to recognize what's pulling you back into that familiar pattern. Is it the fear of failure, the pressure to keep up with the demands of your job or your family? Or perhaps it's the anxiety that comes with uncertainty, making you feel like you need to be in control of everything at all times. Whatever it is, identifying it is crucial. You can't change what you don't acknowledge. Once you've pinpointed what's triggering your survival mode, the next step is to create space for yourself. This might feel daunting, especially if you've been running on empty for so long. But even small moments of pause can make a significant difference. Try setting aside just 5 minutes a day for yourself. No distractions, no responsibilities, just you. Use that time to breathe, to reflect, or simply to sit in silence. These moments of stillness can help reset your mind and create a sense of calm amidst the chaos. You might also consider journaling. Write down your thoughts, your fears, and your feelings. Getting everything out on paper can provide clarity and help you process what you're going through. You may discover patterns in your thoughts that contribute to your survival mode, allowing you to challenge and reframe those beliefs. Next, don't underestimate the power of connection. Reach out to friends, family, or support groups. Share your feelings and experiences with others. You'll be surprised at how many people resonate with your struggles. Vulnerability can be incredibly powerful, and opening up can create a sense of belonging that counters the isolation often felt in survival mode. Lastly, consider seeking professional support. A therapist or counselor can provide guidance and strategies tailored to your situation. They can help you work through past trauma, manage anxiety, and develop healthier coping mechanisms. Remember, asking for help is not a sign of weakness. It's a courageous step toward healing and reclaiming your life. Breaking the cycle won't happen overnight, but each step you take is a step closer to freedom. You don't have to do this alone. You have the power to change your narrative and rewrite your story. Reclaim your peace. Imagine what life could be like if you weren't constantly in survival mode. Picture waking up feeling refreshed, excited to embrace the day instead of dreading it. What if you could move through your daily tasks with a sense of purpose, clarity, and calm? You deserve to feel that way. Reclaiming your peace starts with intentional actions that foster a sense of balance and well-being in your life. Begin by setting clear boundaries. It's okay to say no to commitments that drain you, to people who drain your energy, and to tasks that aren't serving your greater purpose. Establishing boundaries is an act of self-care. It's a way to protect your time and your mental health. Remember, you're not being selfish, you're being smart. Prioritizing your needs will allow you to show up as your best self for others. Next, focus on nurturing your mind and body. Engage in activities that bring you joy, whether it's painting, gardening, dancing, or simply taking a walk in nature. These moments of joy can help to counteract the heaviness of survival mode and remind you of the beauty that life has to offer. Incorporate mindfulness practices, like meditation or deep breathing exercises, into your daily routine. These practices help ground you in the present moment, allowing you to step back from the chaos and reconnect with yourself. Don't forget the importance of physical movement. Exercise can be a powerful antidote to stress. Whether it's a brisk walk, yoga, or a dance class, moving your body releases endorphins, those feel-good hormones that boost your mood and energy levels. Find what works for you and make it a regular part of your life. And let's talk about rest. In a world that glorifies busyness, prioritizing rest is revolutionary. Allow yourself to take breaks throughout the day. Give yourself permission to slow down, to recharge. Sleep is not a luxury, it's a necessity. Your body and mind need time to heal and restore, especially after being in survival mode for so long. Reclaiming your peace is a journey, one that requires patience and kindness toward yourself. It's about creating a life where you can thrive, not just survive. And the most beautiful part? You have the power to create that life. Step by step, you can find your way back to joy, connection, and a sense of fulfillment that transcends mere existence. Rediscovering what truly matters. As you move away from survival mode and begin to reclaim your peace, you'll also start to rediscover what truly matters to you. In the hustle and stress of survival, it's easy to lose sight of your passions, your dreams, and the things that bring you fulfillment. But once you create the space to breathe and reflect, those parts of you begin to surface again. You may find yourself reconnecting with hobbies you once loved, or discovering new interests that spark joy. This is a time to realign with your values, to ask yourself, what do I want my life to look like, and what truly makes me happy? One of the most profound shifts that happens when you leave survival mode is that you stop living for others and start living for yourself. You let go of the constant need to please, to prove, or to keep up. Instead, you begin to live in a way that feels authentic to you, where your decisions are guided by your inner compass, not external pressures. This shift is incredibly empowering because it puts you back in control of your life. It's important to remember that this process doesn't mean abandoning your responsibilities. You still have commitments, relationships, and goals. But when you approach them from a place of balance and clarity, everything changes. You're no longer reacting out of stress or fear. You're responding from a place of peace and intention. You'll find that when you prioritize your well-being, everything else in your life starts to fall into place more easily. You become more present, more engaged, and more capable of facing challenges with resilience. Ultimately, this journey out of survival mode is about rediscovering you, the version of you that feels alive, fulfilled, and at peace. It's about reclaiming your life and knowing that you deserve more than just getting by. You deserve to thrive, to feel joy, and to live a life that feels meaningful to you. And now, step by step, you are moving closer to that life, one where you're not just surviving, but truly living. The power of gratitude. As you continue this journey away from survival mode, one of the most transformative practices you can adopt is gratitude. It might seem simple, but cultivating a sense of gratitude can profoundly shift your perspective and help you reconnect with the beauty of life, even amidst challenges. When you're in survival mode, it's easy to focus on what's going wrong, what you're missing, and all the stressors that weigh you down. But when you intentionally shift your focus to what you're grateful for, you start to see the world differently. Begin by setting aside a few moments each day to reflect on what you appreciate in your life. It can be something small, a warm cup of coffee in the morning, a smile from a stranger, or a moment of laughter with a friend. It could also be something larger, like the support of loved ones, or the opportunity to pursue your passions. Writing these moments down in a gratitude journal can be especially powerful. It creates a tangible record of positivity that you can look back on, reminding you of the good amidst the chaos. Practicing gratitude helps rewire your brain, shifting your focus from scarcity to abundance. It reminds you that even in tough times, there are still moments of joy and connection. This shift in mindset can reduce feelings of overwhelm and anxiety, allowing you to approach your day with a sense of hope and possibility. Moreover, expressing gratitude to others strengthens your relationships. Take a moment to reach out and tell someone how much they mean to you, or how their support has made a difference in your life. These small acts of appreciation not only uplift the people around you, but also reinforce your own sense of connection and community. Remember, gratitude isn't about ignoring your struggles or pretending everything is perfect. It's about acknowledging the challenges while still recognizing the good. It's about finding balance, allowing yourself to feel what you feel while also celebrating the moments that bring you joy. By incorporating gratitude into your daily routine, you create a practice that grounds you in the present, enhances your resilience, and reminds you of the beauty that exists in your life. This simple act can serve as a powerful anchor as you navigate your journey away from survival mode and toward a life filled with meaning, connection, and joy. Moving forward together, as you continue to navigate your way out of survival mode, remember that you're not alone on this journey. It's a process, and it's perfectly okay to take it one step at a time. Each small action you take is a step toward reclaiming your life, your joy, and your peace. Embrace the journey, even the messy parts, because they are all part of your growth. Now, I invite you to take action. Start by picking one of the strategies we discussed today, whether it's setting boundaries, practicing gratitude, or simply taking a moment to breathe. Commit to it for the next week and see how it changes your perspective and your daily experience. And I want to hear from you. What's one thing you're going to do this week to break free from survival mode? How do you plan to reclaim your peace? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your journey could inspire someone else who's feeling stuck, just like you. Thank you for being part of this conversation. Together, let's create a community where we lift each other up and encourage each other to live fully, not just survive. Remember, you have the power to transform your life, and it starts with you. Let's take this journey together, one step at a time. Thanks again for watching, and stay blessed.